Welcome to your Cyber Tips Explainer, where we make everyday people understand the cyber world around us. So, you're looking at that shiny new electric vehicle in your driveway, or maybe you're thinking about getting one. They're amazing, right? Quiet, fast, and super smart. But all that smarts, that constant connection to the internet, it brings a whole new kind of risk, one that doesn't involve a wrench or an oil change. So the big question we're tackling today is, can your own car be turned against you? Let's get into it. This quote right here, this is the whole game. To really get what we're talking about, you have to do a mental reboot. Stop thinking of your EV as just a car with a big iPad on the dash. You've got to see it for what it is, a seriously powerful, always online, rolling computer. I mean, it's connected to your phone, to the cloud, to public Wi-Fi, and it's inside this massive web of connections that our story really begins. So here's how we're going to break it all down in this explainer. First, we'll get under the hood, digitally speaking, and see why your EV is a full-blown digital ecosystem. Then we'll look at how hackers actually go after your connected life to get at your privacy. After that, well, we get to the really unsettling part when a digital hack causes real physical danger. From there, we'll zoom out and look at the risks hiding at public charging stations. And most importantly, we'll end by giving you the tools you need to build up your own digital armor.
All right, so before we dive into the dangers, we need to understand the machine itself. Your EV isn't just a car, it's this complex orchestra of different systems, all talking to each other and to the outside world all the time. Think of it less like a classic car and more like this living, breathing digital organism that just happens to sleep in your garage.
The key phrase you need to know is software-defined vehicle. And honestly, the best way to think about it is your smartphone. You know how you wake up and your phone has updated itself overnight? And poof, you've got new features, better security, all delivered through the air. Well, your EV works the exact same way. Its performance, how it manages its battery, the infotainment, even critical safety features, it's all just lines of code. And that code can be updated remotely. Now, that's an incredible leap forward, but it brings up a huge question. If the good guys can update your car's brain from afar, what's stopping the bad guys from trying to do the same thing?
Okay, let's look at this. Think of this slide as a hacker's blueprint. Every single one of these convenience features is also a potential way in. That mobile app that lets you unlock your car from across the parking lot, if a criminal gets your password, they can do that too. The car's Wi-Fi is great for updates, but any unsecured network it connects to is a potential weak spot. That over-the-air update pipeline we just talked about, if a hacker could sneak malicious code into that, they could take over core functions of the vehicle. And even the simple act of plugging your car into charge creates a physical link that can be exploited. Every connection is a potential vulnerability. So we've established the car is a computer. Now, let's talk about how hackers go after the very features we love, turning all that convenience into a major compromise. And this isn't just about someone stealing your car, it's about someone getting the digital keys to your entire life. Okay, so how do they do it? We all have this image from the movies, right? A hacker in a dark room, furiously typing, making a car swerve all over the road. But the truth? It's way less dramatic, and frankly, a whole lot more personal. The most common way in isn't about hacking the car at all. It's about hacking you. This slide shows the two main highways for an attack. On one side, you have account takeover. This is classic cybercrime 101. They send you a fake email that looks legit, you click the link, you enter your password, and they've got it. Or maybe you just use the same weak password you use everywhere else. Once they have your login, they can just download the app and have all the same controls you do. On the other side, you've got digital key cloning. This is a bit more direct. Attackers use special gadgets to capture and amplify the signal from your key fob or your phone as a key. The car thinks the key's right next to it and unlocks. So they can either trick you into handing over the front door key, or they can just make a copy for themselves. And this is why this matters so much. Even if a hacker never steals the car itself, just taking over your account is terrifying. Your car is basically a surveillance device on wheels. It knows where you live, it knows where you work, it knows your daily routine, what time you leave, what time you get back. It knows when you're home and when you're thousands of miles away on vacation. In the wrong hands, this isn't just data. It's a stalker's dream toolkit. It turns your car into an informant that could put you and your family in real physical danger. Okay, now we're shifting gears. This is where we leave the digital world of stolen data and move into the physical world. This is where the threat becomes visceral, where ones and zeros can have real, tangible, and honestly life-threatening results. This is the moment a cyber attack jumps out of the screen and lands right in your garage.
Deep inside your EV, there's a thing called the Controller Area Network, or CAN bus. Think of it as the car's central nervous system. It connects everything: the brakes, the steering, the accelerator, all of it. Now, if an attacker gets access to that network, maybe through a hacked app, they can start screaming fake messages into that nervous system. Imagine you're cruising down the highway and suddenly the brakes slam on, or the car starts speeding up by itself. It's not that they hacked the brake pedal, it's that they've tricked the car's brain into giving the wrong command. But the physical danger isn't just about movement. It can be much quieter, much more sinister, and it targets the one place your EV spends most of its time, plugged into the wall in your garage. Security researchers have found a truly scary vulnerability that can turn that simple, everyday active charging into a potential catastrophe.
And look, this isn't some far-off theory. Researchers at Trend Micro actually did this to prove it was possible. They found a way to hack into certain home chargers and remotely turn off the physical failsafes, the actual hardware designed to stop overheating. With those safety features disabled, they could tell the charger to just keep pulling power, full blast, non-stop. The results are, well, they're horrifying. The cable gets hotter and hotter until the plastic shielding literally melts off, and it starts spitting molten copper. It releases flammable gases. The worst-case scenario? The intense heat starts a fire in the car's battery pack, which is incredibly hard to put out, or the melting cable just starts a good old-fashioned house fire. A digital command, sent from anywhere on Earth, could burn your house down.
So the danger at home is real, but it doesn't stop there. Every single time you plug your car into a public charger, you're connecting it to a wider network. And as we build out this huge charging infrastructure across the country, we're also creating this giant interconnected target that's a goldmine for criminals. Each station is a computer, and the whole network is a target.
And just so we're clear, this is happening right now. Ethical hackers, the good guys, have been finding these flaws for years to sound an alarm. I mean, look at this. Back in 2020, they were just messing with charging cycles. By 2021, a bad app exposed data for 140,000 people. In 2022, one guy hacked 25 Teslas around the world. In 2023, they were jailbreaking the car's computer just to get free features. And just this year, at one event, they popped a Tesla modem and 3 different kinds of chargers. The security community is basically waving a giant red flag here.
So what do these attacks actually look like? Well, first you have QR quishing. This one is so simple, it's brilliant. A crook just walks up to a charger and slaps a sticker with their own malicious QR code right over the real one. You scan it, thinking you're about to pay, and it takes you to a fake website that looks exactly the same, and it steals your credit card info. Then there's ransomware. Hackers could break into the company that runs a charging network and just shut down hundreds of stations, demanding money to turn them back on. Imagine that on a holiday weekend. And some even worry that a hacked charger could be used to push malware directly into your car's system.
Okay, I know that was a lot, and it sounds pretty grim. But the point of this isn't to scare you, it's to prepare you. So now we're going to pivot from the problems to the solutions. Because there are things the industry is doing, and more importantly, there are real concrete steps you can take right now to build your own digital armor. The good news is the car makers are taking this very seriously. They're trying to build security in from the very beginning. They're using things like a hardware root of trust. The simple way to think of that is like a unique, unfakeable digital fingerprint for the car's most critical computer chips. They're using AI to watch the car's internal network for anything that looks weird. They're using something called network segmentation, which is like building digital firewalls inside the car, so even if a hacker gets into the radio, they can't get to the brakes. And they are constantly hiring teams of good guy hackers to try and break their own stuff, just to find the holes before the bad guys do. But the industry can't do it all. You are the single most important piece of your own security. So here's the bottom line. You have to treat your EV account with the same level of seriousness as your bank account. Here is your 5-minute security checkup. You can do this as soon as this is over. 1, change your app password. Make it long, make it weird, and don't use it anywhere else. 2, turn on multi-factor authentication. This is the single best thing you can do. It means even if they steal your password, they can't get in without your phone. 3, dig into the settings and check what devices are logged into your account. See an old phone you don't have anymore? Kick it out. 4, make sure the email account linked to your car is secure. That email is the master key. And 5, be suspicious of QR codes. If it looks like a cheap sticker, don't scan it. Just use the official app to pay. And if you think this is all about complex code and technology, think again. A 2021 study found something stunning. A staggering 85% of all data breaches involved a human element. The biggest vulnerability in your super advanced car isn't some bug in the software. It's us. It's getting tricked into clicking a bad link, it's reusing a weak password. The most advanced security system in the world can be defeated by one stolen password. We are the weak link. But that also means we can be the strongest defense.
This quote really just nails it. For so long, cybersecurity was about protecting data sitting in an office somewhere. Now, the whole game has changed. We're protecting things that drive down our streets, things that are a part of our daily lives, things that have real physical consequences. Electric vehicles are absolutely the future. There is no question about that. They are an incredible piece of technology. But as we drive into that future, we have to accept the new responsibilities that come with it. We have to be as smart about our own security as our cars are about everything else. So your EV is ready for the future. The only question is, are you? Subscribe to this channel, like and share this video with someone you deeply care about to have a foolproof cyber defense.